yo, what up, good morning, GMT, Friday, oh, what a Friday, wow, what's going, wait, 7:50?
7:50, my friend.
Hold up, cut the music, Charlie, I can't do the intro right now. What?
Just go straight to the charts.
We just wicked to 7. I can't share my chart because it'll show my P&L. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. 775.
There are massive discrepancies between Aster and Hyperliquid right now. Like, this is insanity. And now they're both at 720. All right. Wow.
Hold on. What is going on right now? Friday. Someone wicked it on some platform. I mean, on Hyperliquid, it just wicked to 775.
What a day. What a day for privacy.
Oh, my God, dude. What is going on? What? Hold on. Let me pin the spaces. I can't focus.
We're a little distracted, folks. Bear with us. We apologize. It's Friday, and our beloved privacy coin is going parabolic live as we speak.
So for those of you on the spaces, I'm gonna leave the space open. And I wonder if I even stay unmuted. You guys can just hear everything, whatever. But just so y'all know, we're gonna run only on video today. It's pinned to the top. It's on Degenz live kick. We're still gonna do the giveaways and everything. But I know some of you guys like the audio. We can't run audio today, so I'll just stay unmuted, whatever, on the spaces. It won't double up the audio anyway. So actually, it doesn't hurt. But I'll stay unmuted. But you guys won't get the full audio quality that you usually get, and you'll hear Tyler through my MacBook speaker, so it's not great, but oh my God. Okay, so Friday, Tyler, I mean Friday, November 7th, 2025. Beautiful day, have a beautiful day. Markets, topics. I'm really out of focus right now. I'm sorry, guys. I have a really big position on. We have Ethermage coming from Virtuals, core contributor Virtuals. So actually excited to talk to him about a bunch of this stuff as well. Chit chat, Virtuals, all that good stuff. Okay, a lot of self pressure into that. That's normal. And last but not least, this show we know who it's powered by, right? Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect powers billions of monthly volume across wallets, apps, users, and institutions. That logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. Tyler, dude, I mean, let's talk about this 1 second. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're cooling off a little bit, but ZEC is now 708. It's up 35% on the day. So we went from 10 billion to 13.4 billion.
What is
it's now closing in on Hyperliquid. So it's the 12th biggest coin in crypto. And
hopefully this is not up at 775.
Yeah. We need our quant. So I think there's, in some ways, it definitely feels like a bull off top. I mean, it was 510 yesterday, right? And it looked like it might break down. And now it's up $200 from there. But then from a TA perspective, and I'm not a TA expert, but I understand that breaking out of ascending channels is typically bullish. And I think there's an argument to be made that's what's happening here.
What's the ascending channel? I don't have it in my lines. So is it like this?
No, don't bring it down to like the prior highs. So bring it down to the last. There you go. Just like that. Yep. And then do it from the bottoms as well.
Like here?
Yeah. So that was your ascending channel, and we just broke
hourly? Like that?
Yeah, man.
It's still going, by the way. It's like filling the wick on the upside right now. This is insane. Like, this is just like absurd.
It's even more. It just feels more absurd just because of the backdrop of market conditions. So everything else is bad. Right, like Bitcoin lost 100K again this morning. It looks like we're back over it now.
Yeah.
But like it feels like this is the only show in town, basically. Like there's a few other random pumps. Like Filecoin is up 50% randomly. But this is it. And I don't know specifically if anything has happened in the last day other than just big buyers coming in. I don't know that I've seen any specific catalysts.
So yeah, I have a long on for the competition too for synthetics. So it'll be nice if it really flies. I'm a break heavy into the top 10 here if this happens.
So I think, didn't Mando say his level is 700? So I mean, he might be actively doing some TP here.
That's why he's not on.
Yeah. I'm curious for his thoughts, right? Because like
he just texted me. Let's see. Because I asked him this morning, I said, yo, you looking at any other coins? Because everything was in the gutter. And he's like, just BTC and ZEC. So
that's where my head is. Like, yeah, like it's very tempting to take profits here. And I realize the euphoria in a move like this. I'm very conscious of that.
Yeah.
But I'm also not one to like, I don't like swing trading to like sell my stack here and then try to rebuy lower. Like I kind of tried that yesterday. Like I sold at 520. Like, okay, I'll try to buy back lower, 450. And here we are. And I still think like my end target is higher than this. Like, so we talked about like yesterday was a big day of when you go into a trade, like have a plan for your exits. Yeah. And I guess I'm curious for your perspective, right? So like you've been kind of in and out of this. It sounds like you are back in. Like, do you have a target? Like, do you have a plan on how you're going to exit?
No, I have no plan. And I know this is terrible to say. So I made the mistake of over trading this coin. So I was late, right? Because you and Mando were like, usually I'm like Mr. Top Blast, full port, and it's the only coin I haven't full ported this cycle, which is insane. And so I don't have a plan. I'm basically just like every single like 10-15% dip I bought, and I sell. I buy, I sell, I buy, I sell, because I'm always like, this is gonna blow off top, this is gonna blow off top. And like and I was 6 days ago, I bought, like, you remember when we dipped heavy to like 375? I bought a lot, and I did the math. Actually, my it's not working. Like, had I held it six days, I'd be almost at a 7-figure PNL here.
Yeah.
Still doing good, but I don't know. I don't have a plan for this. I don't know how to plan for this one. You know what I mean? It's so weird because the market is like really in the gutter, right?
It is. I mean, the RSI is clearly overbought now, right? So like, it certainly seems like we will dip here soon. Right? That's not going to shock anyone.
Yeah.
So I think, but if your targets are higher, the question is, do you just take profits here? Or do you take partials to try to catch a lower entry, or do you just let it ride and just ride out the volatility, knowing it's going to go down, right? Looks like you've got your pop-ups up there.
Whoops, hold on. I don't know. What are you doing? Like, how do you plan for this?
Well, so I sold 20% yesterday, which is helping my clarity, right? It was like, was up a lot. This was at 520. And D's, a few of us are in this trade, right? D's is in it. And one thing that I admire about D's is he's very good at taking partials on the way up.
Yeah.
So he did it. I was like, okay, let's go against your natural instincts, which is just to ride it and take some out. So having that on the sidelines, of course, like now I've got FOMO. I wish that was still in, but it's at least giving me some peace of mind. Like, okay, you've taken some off.
Yeah, this is making
easier to ride this.
Because it's like the 775 right now, we just saw is such a mega blow off. Like, I wonder, like, do you get a dip?
I mean, it's obvious that it's overbought. Like, it's clear. Like, you can see it. Like, can it go higher in the next few hours? Certainly. Like, and will it be higher on Saturday or Sunday? It might be. But this is well beyond like where we thought this would be. Right? Like, what was the volume of we were setting markets at like 420. Like, what was the last Zcash market that we were even talking about setting up? Maybe it was 469. Yeah, now we're 250 above it. And interesting, if you're on perps, I do think a very interesting way to do it. If you're up big, take profits. And if you want to stay in the trade, you can always go to spot.
That's true.
Or you could be stabled and wait for dips and go to spot.
This is somewhere where I do think, like, amidst euphoria and us coming in hot in that show, that means you need to close some, if not a lot of it, to see where it goes next. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we came in hot. I think usually for me, this is a sign. Like, I got really excited just now with you. You and I tend to be the guys that, like, are really bad at selling.
It's true. It's our MO.
We're very similar types. Like, we get very euphoric, which is nice.
Good buyers, bad sellers.
I was writing about this the other day because someone made a clip about me saying I round trip a lot of different 7-figure P&Ls. And it's true that it's my biggest weakness, right? So, damn. I don't know. I'm not mad at my weekly performance. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, back to focusing. I do think this is a place to take. I'm going to say, like, I'm going to take some.
Yeah, we're already back to 700, right? Yeah. So it's already looking down pretty quick.
But I also, like, you know me, like, I top blasted really, really heavily, like, overnight. Like, last night, I got to a point with ZEC where, like, I am having trouble sleeping because I'm looking at the chart on the 50-minute waiting for entries because they give you a lot. Like, this coin gives you a lot of entries. So that's really insane. Then you have people in the chat saying 7K next. This is just
it just bounced off 700. This is nuts. Yeah. I mean, Mert saying his new target's 10% of Bitcoin, right? Like on our show on Wednesday, he was saying like certainly like the current next target is top 10 getting to Cardano level, which is still another it's like 1250-ish. But like it's going to take time to get there. It's not going to go straight in one candle, I wouldn't think. Who knows?
Meadow is probably like max hitting the sell button.
What a week for privacy.
I mean, we had Mert on the show like 2 days ago, and we were like, oh, it would be funny if we hit 500 while on the show with Mert. So just so for people realize, like this was like
40%.
That was 2 days ago with Mert. Yeah, I think this is if you're into making money, this is where you take some off. I closed most of my positions. I closed a trading comp one fully. For the synthetics one, because I was like 3x on that. I don't like that, but a lot of people just got carried out on shorts on ZEC, by the way, in the comp.
Yeah, I'm sure that was part of it. And then like funding had gotten heavier on Hyperliquid. It's actually kind of going back the opposite way now, though. It's going back closer to neutral. So I think that's another factor to watch. I remember when Aster was like 2,000%. Like you were paying shorts 2,000%. Like, okay, it's probably not the best time to go max long at that point. But like ZEC's never been that way. Like ZEC has been negative funding for like this entire week. I think it just really started flipping yesterday. And then Deez was sharing that board with us. Like the funding's all over the place on different exchanges. Like it was still heavily negative on Binance yesterday and some other big places while it was. But then it was massively positive on Aster, so it's kind of all over the place.
This seems like the kind of energy and euphoric price action that leads to a blow off top. But again, I am not going to be the one to call that. You know what I mean? Like I can't. It's just, look at this. I mean, it just keeps going, right? So
Rock 2717 says 700 was a lot of people plan. Let's see. I haven't seen that number. Like Mando said that number, so maybe folks are telling.
I haven't heard of that number. Maybe it's
Mando. I thought 500 was a big number, which is why I thought it would be harder to. And 1,000 will be a big one too, right? So like 1,000 is an obvious number. You're going to have people front run that. Which hell, I mean, we're probably people front running. Thousands. Oh, Thread guy said 700. Also, people are saying interesting.
We just got. I don't know. We just got Fed shut down. Politico is saying here that because this is also topical, a plan to end the shutdown. Senate Majority Leader John Thune plans to bring up the House pass funding bill to amend January Spanish Day at 3. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This shutdown's not helping us.
And the market's not buying that. It's 58% to extend past November 16th right now and going the wrong way. So the market's still betting on this shutdown going longer. The shutdown's been good for privacy. It's like we're in this weird place, right? Like where, again, once like everything's going down except for ZEC.
Well, the thing with ZEC also is like it goes down the more BTC dumps. Like I'm only looking at, like, and Mando's the same, right? I'm only looking at 2 coins right now. Like I literally have no charts open. I only have Bitcoin and ZEC open because I want to stay focused on this trade. And if you notice, when this morning, I'm on EST now, so I'm like looking at this EST time. Every time Bitcoin went sub 100, ZEC took a leg up.
Yeah, it's
insane. So it's actually really good barbell into this market. Like
yeah,
being 50-50 here is actually not stupid.
So you're almost thinking about it as ZEC moves better when Bitcoin's going down, and then the opposite.
Like I think that if you were to have the government open, but then the other thing is when Bitcoin was going up, ZEC was going up, but not really, because Bitcoin has been only down. Like let's look at Bitcoin, right? Let's pull up the Bitcoin chart here. Bitcoin hasn't had any recovery. It had a small little relief bounce to 104, like above that 103 line that we talked about, right? It couldn't hold it.
Right.
And went right back down to 99.3 this morning.
And now it's back over. So it did bounce again.
Yeah, this headline right now of the potential government thing could be.
I don't know that we've seen the final test. Folks smarter than me are saying that the weekly close is going to be a big one. Then our female quant is saying we either flip back above 103 or we revisit the yearly open, which is 93.
He's literally saying no buys. Like literally, she's going either you get back in the main composite range for continuous higher, or wait for yearly open. Only then I will click green. Like she's straight up about like just no buys, and she hasn't posted in 3 days. So
I feel like that's a very valid position right now. Is just like be flat and let's see how this plays out. And the 93K, I think, is going to have a lot of buyers. I think that level would hold pretty well. And then if we get back above 103, it looks like we're going to grind back up. It's not like you missed a few percent. You didn't miss much. So there's been some big institutional buyers. Tether bought 100 million. And that's a part of they have a policy where they take 15% of their profits and buy Bitcoin. So that's an evergreen thing. It's not like a DAT. So you don't have to worry about it. Robinhood's talking about building a Bitcoin treasury. Another interesting one to potentially watch. ETFs were green yesterday.
Really?
For the first time in 7 sessions. Yeah.
Let's pull it up. ETF, CoinGlass has it, right?
Yep. CoinGlass is my source. So the BlackRock was the big push, I believe, in this one. So technically we're seeing data from Wednesday because they reported day old, which is still so annoying. I wish we could normalize that.
Where did you see the ETF in stuff in here again?
No, where is it?
What a day, man. It's so crazy. It's just one token going up too. Like there's nothing. I saw Near caught a little bit, like some little bits here or there, but like the rest, like it's just literally like one coin. What's the fear and grid at? 24 still.
Still in extreme fear. Wow. I thought maybe we would bounce out of that. Okay.
I mean, no. Yeah. See, like we said, like this could last a bit. Like so this government shutdown is really starting to affect everything like more and more by day, right? Like, and they're not looking like they're opening anytime soon.
Well, that's what the market says. I still kind of, maybe I'm foolish. I'm holding out belief that this is one of those things that can just flip. Like they can come together one day and say, okay, we got to get this through.
Big spike. Hold on. Huge spike on Polymarket right now.
On
November 16th.
Yeah, that's bad though.
Why?
That's the longest shutdown.
Yeah, but that's 9 days, right?
It's November 16th plus. That's the highest.
Oh, it's November 16 plus. We do not like that, indeed.
Yeah. And then the other odds are coming down. I mean, that's with 4% of flight traffic in the U.S. now shut down, and we're going to be at 10% by Monday, I think.
It's getting a little worrisome, no? But you know what? Maybe it takes the airport shutting down for these people to get back to fucking work, right? I mean the country, not the poor American worker
right.
getting affected by that, by the way.
It's frustrating. People are fed up. Yeah.
People are fed up. Even non-Americans are fed up right here.
Of course.
But this is insane. Like, honestly, this could be like the most grim Thanksgiving ever. Like, they got to figure their shit out right now. Like, this is really going to the holidays. This is really going to hurt the United States.
I don't see how that could possibly be a reality, but if it did happen, maybe it would be just like a massive like reset / wake up call for the broader United States. Like, what are we doing? Like, we're so partisan divided that people can't go visit their families on Thanksgiving. Like, that would be pretty terrible outcome. Stocks are getting hit. Nasdaq's down 1% here today. So like,
let's look at other coins. I mean, we know big crypto and stuff. We don't have to cover. Everything's down with ZEC, like whatever. Nasdaq. Everything's just wow. Like, everything's just red, right? The RSI on Nasdaq's 27 on the hour.
By the SPY.
What is that? Nasdaq? No, sorry, on S&P. Nasdaq is 25 even. Oh my god.
That's wild. Like, and we are still very elevated levels. So I mean, again, I think this is all bullish. It feels like there's a lot of very bearish sentiment at the bottom, the local bottom, and the local bottom isn't that bad. Like, that's the thing. So like, Bitcoin's still 100K, ETH is still 3,300. Like, yeah, it's down a lot from local highs. But if this is our new foundational level to spring up from into December into Q1, I'll take it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Other than that, we've got Bitwise is going to launch a Doge ETF on the back of their Solana success, which they had another 30 million into their Solana ETF yesterday. So it's been positive the entire time despite negative Sol price action.
It's crazy because Sol price action is really, really, really bad, dude.
It's not great. Yeah, it's not great. But it also feels like one that is due for a correction, but just when. Like, it could also go sideways or just trade in this range for a while. It's a hard one to read. And then there's the question of, is it dragging pump down with it? Pump fundamentals are fine. They're the same they've been. They're still doing $1 million a day in revenue.
Yeah. But
it's kind of getting dragged down with the rest of the
Pump
market.
is actually performing well.
Oh, this is new. This must have just happened.
This is a 50-minute chart. So this is happening live.
Okay, because it was 35 cents when I woke up.
Oh, wow. Look at the hour.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's your buybacks right there, folks. That's the advantage of the buyback coins. And you got to be careful.
Pump, yeah. Like, Pump is always going to – the thing with Pump is you're always – wow, ZEC above 700 again. You're always going to have that backup on that one. I don't know.
Who is actually there's a question in the chat. Who is actually trading on Pump Fund? I'm confused. It's a good question. And I don't know that I have the answer to it, but at the same time, like, when any big event happens, I'm still like somewhat paying attention. So like when Elon did like the mum dummy comment, like, of course there was a mum dummy meme coin, and like, I'll admit I did ape that. Right. Yeah. So like when there's a big event like that, like, there are people who are still ready and on the sidelines, and that was not a good trade. And I'm not telling people to get into that coin. I think it's at zero.
Well, it's at zero now because the election's passed.
But that's just an example of what I'm saying. NEAT hanging on. Is NEAT the strongest coin of the next year? Maybe it is.
Solana board right now. So this is NEAT. Actually doesn't look bad. I own none of them. Let's scroll. No, it doesn't look great.
Oh no.
Then you look at useless. It held that big liquidation at 150 now. So strong. Usually it bounced off. Basically, this is where useless has to bounce, right? Then even Filecoin's holding on to its dear life above 250, but it keeps bouncing there too. It's just life support for all the coins, really. Let's see Uranus. I know that one was big at some point. Yeah, no, it's nobody's sausage was big at some point. Still 20 mil, not bad, not bad. Like good community, good builders.
Like, I don't think people are trading these coins, but I do think there's still appetite for the new ones, right? Because the new runners still have that, like, oh, I can hit a 10x. Oh, I can hit a
Trump coin's
20x.
not bad actually.
Trump's been up, like it's been green a lot this week, which is I don't totally understand why.
I don't know, but the trenches are definitely not. Like the trenches are starving. Like I'm getting messages from people saying they're bored. Like all the unemployed people are fucking bored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so we had Euphoria on Against the Odds yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think people were excited by that, right? And I think part of the reason is people are hungry for new apps, new things to do on chain.
That was a good show.
And it feels like we haven't had a whole lot of brand new things to do in a while, right? So like there's been the big prediction market boom. That's not going away. That's kind of its own sector, right? For more pure on-chain, it's been a little tougher. And we'll talk about what Virtuals is doing here in a second. And I see we've got Everything Empty in the studio. Excited about that. We'll have to spend more time on this Google prediction market headline. That was a big one. Maybe on Monday.
If you want. Or we can Monday. Sure. Yeah, that's fine too.
But the quick headline, Google integrates Polymarket and Kalshi.
So which one? Because Kalshi says Kalshi and Polymarket saying Polymarket.
I believe it's both. It's both. Yeah. It's static data. So it's not like a live bet integration, but they will surface relevant information from prediction markets tied to your search. That's the TLDR. But it's just more proliferation.
Okay. I like that. Well, we'll talk about this on Monday then. Let's definitely go there. It's good. I mean, look, prediction market super cycle, man, that continues, and it's definitely still long and strong in that sense. It's been really good to see. That's really it, right? Topics wise, I know we'll go to Ethereum in a second here.
That was all the big ones. We kind of incorporated I kind of went around the horn without going through the full minutes. So that's all the big stuff.
I mean, it's really just like Zach leading the show right now. Like, there's not.
Token strategy announced rare Pepes. So there's a rare Pepe strategy coming.
Really?
And Monad started surfacing some of their Momentum Wave 1 apps. So if you're looking for things to do on Monad, take a look at what they announced. That's coming soon.
And you guys talked about Mega ETH yesterday, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So I don't think we really need to revisit that.
I ended up getting 25K, so I'm not going to complain because I'm unlocked, right? So it's like,
And I will say live, I realized live during the show that only like 3,000 people got allos. Headed into the show, I thought a lot more people got the men, which is why I was frustrated. So like the men was actually a lot more than a lot of people got. So I was a bit hasty.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Anyways, all right. So let's chat virtuals. I'm really curious about that one because that's been cooking. We got Ether Mage in the stew. What's up, man? How you doing, GM?
Hey, GM. So Ether Mage is actually sick, so I'm replacing him. Everything Empty here. I mean, one of the co-founders, but still happy to be here. Yeah. How are you guys?
Everything Empty, Ether Mage. Listen, doesn't matter. You're one of the co-founders, one of the co-contributors. We wanted to chat all things. We wanted to chat all things. Yeah, maybe Charlie in the background if you want to change the everything's. We changed your title back to Ether Mage, but we'll change it. We'll change it for you.
Oh, good, man. It's fine. Yeah.
Everything Empty. So we're joined today by Everything Empty of Virtuals. I mean, look, if you're listening to this show, you've heard of Virtuals. I mean, at least a couple dozen times since the AI boom. During the AI, like last year, right? It was last year that really took off. So I'm sure we'll get into that with you today. Everything Empty. But before we go into that, why don't you give yourself maybe a little introductions, who you are, and then what you do at Virtuals.
Yeah, I mean, one of the co-founders, and I think we've been telling the same story for so long. Like we started back in 2021 as a gaming DAO, and we pivoted to AI protocol in end of 2023, and so actually we've been time flies. Actually, I think we've been doing AI for 2 years now. From like a complete outsider, we recruit AI experts, and now here we are. I mean, we are still grinding in the trenches. Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, I'd love to just dig into the next level of detail about how you've evolved. So it was agent tokens in November 2024 and into 2025. And now it seems like you're kind of entering a new phase. So I'd love just to hear more about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think we've found a sweet spot of building sort of cutting edge AI tech that combines blockchain technology, but at the same time, not forgetting the fact that the most important audience for us is actually the Degenz. And so the whole epiphany actually came about where, you know, you look at Pump Fund and you look at all the AI teams, and you're like, and you look at the same time all the VC tokens that just having sort of down only chart ever since TGE, and it seems pretty clear that then sort of the fair launch model is the way to go. And so we combine them, right? But along the way, obviously, many sort of issues surface. You know, they have sniper issues, insider dumpings, and like secret wallets, secret stash. And so we try to bring a lot more transparency to the launch mechanism. And then, obviously, then you see that, you know, for the longest time, I think until today, and people think of us as an AI meme launchpad. And we do want to change the perception, right? Because that branding basically sort of cap the quality of the teams that we can bring in terms of inbound. And then we just think about, like, what do the best founders need, right? Basically, they need capital and distribution. So we think purely from tokenization point of view, you get distribution, and now it becomes capital formation, which is the whole sort of hoo-ha around sort of ICM, right? Internet capital market. So I mean, to be honest, we've been doing this for almost a year, and we try to use, obviously, trading fee is one way for the teams to get money. Recently we introduced unicorn mechanism where I don't know about you guys, but like, there's this very dirty feeling as a founder when you want to sell your own token, right? Because on one hand you're like, hey guys, you know, I'm still building whatever, but at the same time there's fiduciary duty for you to actually sell tokens to build. It costs money to hire people and stuff like that, right? So we want to change the dirty feeling by basically telling the Degens upfront that, hey man, these are the stacks of tokens that we will put in smart contracts that we will sell based on price milestone, right? I do think the Degens don't care. I think they care a lot more about the transparency than the fact that the team is selling, right? And so yeah, I mean, it's a lot of evolvement, right? But obviously now these days we venture into robotics just because, you know, people say we are chasing hype, but like the way we see it, robots is just an extension of embodiment. So like we call it embodied agent. And so, yeah, just been doing different things.
So let's dive into the robotics piece. I think a lot of folks on the timeline to say like, oh, on-chain robotics, like, come on, like you can't be serious. But it sounds like you are serious. So why should people take it seriously? Like what is going on?
I mean, there's no question that robotics is going to be huge. The question is why now, right? If you speak to everyone who have at least some decent knowledge about robotics, they will tell you that now is sort of the GPT-2 moment, which means you probably are 2 to 3 years ahead from like mass adoption, right? Then if you think about robotics, there's so many things you can do, right? There is like general sort of foundational model, which obviously we're not going to compete there. There's hardware, which is basically all the Chinese manufacturers, extremely tough. Then you have evaluation, you have data, and you have capital formation, right? And then we again come back to ask ourselves, like, what's our edge? What's our positioning? And it becomes really clear that crypto solves the initial incentive bootstrapping for data collection and obviously capital formation. And so that's sort of the two of the many verticals within robotics that we want to play. And again, these are the two exact things that the founders need, the robotics founders need, right? So we want to be the enabler. And so we've been doing a lot of groundwork behind the scene. And so, yeah, it's early, but at the same time, like, I believe we're already adding value to the robotics teams. Yeah.
Could you maybe give us an example? So like the idea of, so you were looking to partner with robotics teams that exist, and then help them launch a token to help with capital formation. Is that the idea? And can you maybe like elaborate on like what that actually looks like?
I can go through a bit of a story, right? So we because of sort of the virtuous branding, we get very decent deal flow. I would say arguably like a much better deal flow than a lot of top VCs, in specifically in Silicon Valley, right? So we thought, we just wanted to invest some of these very good robotics teams, not even related to crypto, right? Like they're just like pure Web2 folks, out of our own balance sheet, right? The act of investing allow us to understand them better, right? And so obviously, like our secret wish is to hope them to tokenize. But like if you talk to any half decent AI team or robotics team in Silicon Valley, they really hate crypto. Like they super like, if you say you're crypto, you get kicked out of the room, right? So, but at the same time, like we realized that okay, data is what they need, right? And they're not gonna spend their precious equity like the fundraise to incentivize data collection. And they do not also have the energy to basically think about how do I get Southeast Asians, to like record like them folding laundry, all those things to build their sort of foundational model. And that's where we sit, right? And so they appreciate that. On the capital formation front, like we will be announcing some initiative to bridge the gap again, because there is still a huge taboo around launching tokens, specifically among the legitimate founders. But I understand that there's huge interest in the trenches. So our job is to basically bring to the sort of highest quality assets to them, right? So yeah, that's basically what we do.
That makes sense. So I guess so for Degen, using your term, or just someone who is active on chain right now, and they hear robotics, they want to get in. Like, are there places right now that they can actually participate, or is this still more like coming in the future?
No, that's exactly a pain point, right? Like like deep in your bone that robotics is going to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
You probably buy Tesla stocks as once, if you could buy Tesla stocks, or you like pray like you be like Andrew Kang, that he gets into all the amazing deal flow.
He could.
Yeah, he could, but like again, you're not Andrew Kang, right? So you can't get those deal flow, right? And then you have those like long tail like scammy robotics projects on chain that's like trading at like 500,000 FTVs. Like, do I really want to buy that, right? So it's a huge white space. So yeah, it's our job to bring them, right? But like really, you have to ask the question, right? Like if I'm a very super good robotics company in Silicon Valley, like I can easily raise money from top VCs. There's no reason why I need your money, right? So we need to bring more to the table. We need to bring more to the table such that they accept our money, right? So, yeah.
Okay.
So how, just quickly on the robotic side, so how does one participate, right? Like the people who are listening to the show, right? Like I guess you're asking, like you're saying, yeah, you can participate by buying Tesla stock. I guess you can technically buy X stocks now on Solana or whatever. But like, how does one actually participate in this robotics boom?
You mean, it's hard. I mean, apart from buying like a few stocks, right? I mean, I heard Unitree is going IPO end of this year. It's probably going to trade at 7 to 10 billion. And I do believe that purely from like narrative point of view, that would again bring a lot of interest, right? In the trenches. But strictly speaking, in the robotics or in the crypto space today, there's no legitimate teams that are like,
right?
Yeah, like token wise, like it's none. Yeah.
So you're trying to surface those opportunities for folks. Okay.
And I think we are well positioned, and I think we've been doing this groundwork for like almost the entire past 12 months, and so yeah.
So that's coming. It's not live yet. Like it's not like
yes.
Okay, there's nothing. So you're saying so by having exposure to the virtual ecosystem in a way could I'm not trying to get words out of your mouth, but it could potentially be a way to get future potential exposure to robotics, whatever that may be.
Correct. So there are two things, right? Like one is we have already launched our data collection app, right? That we have collected more than 20,000 quests in less than a few weeks, right? So that is basically people folding laundry, like vacuuming their house and stuff like that, which is super valuable data to the robotics companies. And that is our value add to them. But at the same time, for people who like us, who just like want to ape coins with capital, like there's no way for you to express that sort of intention yet. And so we want to solve that, right? So part of it is basically getting teams to tokenize themselves. But again, like I said before, like it's extremely hard, especially the good teams, right? Again, I'm thinking somewhere in between that we want to bring that gap. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe shifting off of robotics for a few minutes here. I think another big headline announcement from the past couple of weeks was X402. And I'm curious for like what does that mean for virtuals? Like, is that a big deal for you and your team? Like, what was your reaction to that? How should people be thinking about X402?
Yeah, I mean, X402 is not new, right? I mean, they've been launched for quite some time. Like, in fact, for us, we deeply believe that machine to machine, it could be AI agent, it could be machine, it could be a website, will need a way to pay each other, right? So X402 is probably the most elegant way to solve that. And we have integrated X402 in our stack, right? But just for everyone's understanding, like the way we see payment is actually more than payment, right? Like let's say today I want to pay Tyler like $10. It's actually more than that because first I need to coordinate with you. Then I need to send you money. But third, generally when I send you money, I expect a service, right? So is there a way we can escrow the service? And let's say you pay me back the $10 if I'm not happy with your service, right? So that's a lot more than that. In fact, there's a registry component, which is what Ethereum Foundation is doing on, why do I need Tyler as a service provider versus another guy, for example. So that's how we see it. And we've been building like agent commerce protocol for the past, again, since January 2025, right? So we're just glad that people start to pay attention to it. But like, I really think it's still early. Like if you think about it again, like you haven't seen a breakthrough application or actual use case coming from it. Like it's just a sort of concept yet, but you will see more and more. Yeah,
I'm curious, like when do you think we'll have that? Like how close are we to actually for like average users using AI agents to do transactions on chain for them on a day-to-day basis? Like how close do you think we are?
I actually think crypto will likely see a breakthrough use case first before the traditional world. Right, like because today it's already so well served. Like if you think about like if you want to buy anything, you can just use Stripe or PayPal or anything, and like there's not much reason for you to use X402. Like for example, if you want to read like a Financial Times article, like do they really want to like just integrate X402? Not really, right? Like the way I see it is that then you need to serve the underserved, and it's basically the citizens of the guys with no citizenship, which is the AI agents, right? Like they do not have access to the traditional payment rail. And if that's the premise of like AI agents being the underserved on chain, the most obvious use case will have to be about trading, right? Or any form of degenerate use case, right? Like so, again, since sort of the AI craze, we've been hearing about like AI trading agents for the past 12 to 15 months. Have you seen any breakout use case? No, not yet, right? So we do think that in a very near future, you will see basically an autonomous agent with a very clear money making objective. But instead of just aping coin, they will need to sort of gather information. And let's say they want to gather information, they can pay another entity through X402 or let's say any form of decentralized protocol for the information that informs them before they ape or to do any kind of trading activity, right? I just think it's a natural thing to do. Like for me, it's so obvious, like it takes time for it to happen.
Yeah, definitely feels like this is the future for us. It's just maybe taking a little bit longer than some folks thought, just because we were starting to see glimpses of this a year ago. But of course, like if you want it to be good and you want it to be secure and safe, that all takes time to build out. I'm curious. I think the Virtuals team just announced the Agentic Fund of Funds.
Yeah.
What, yesterday or in the past couple of days? Where does that fit in? Like, what is that exactly for listeners who might want to learn more?
I mean, it's again about tapping into collective intelligence, right? So let's say I have an X amount of money that I want to farm yield, right? So in my mind, maybe the safest thing to do is like Aave. But if I want to go up the risk curve, I can do stake USDE and I can do like loop leverage farming and etc. etc. But every day the yield changes, right? So it's as simple as just like let the AI agents do it, right? But the premise of letting AI agents manage your money for yield is actually a multi-pronged approach, because Most AI agent use cases today are basically assuming one AI agent is extremely smart and they will do everything, right? So you assume that AI agent knows Moonwell, Morpho, Aave, Ethena, everything, right? Like HLP, LLP, or all those things. But our hypothesis is that you will see a world where agents are specialized, right? So different agents are very good at certain protocol, let's say. So then you just need a coordination layer where they will just split your principles to specific agents and you rotate them accordingly, right? You just look at the data and move them around, right? So agentic fund of fund is as simple as that, which is instead of just giving to one agent who claim to be really smart, you should just say, I'll just pick whichever agent that presents themselves the best, and then I'll give the money to them, right, for the highest yield, risk adjusted. But yeah, that's the premise.
Yeah. Makes sense. Well, I appreciate you walking us through that.
Yeah,
I think maybe last question, just kind of how are you, like, what are you most excited about for the future? You guys are doing a lot, right?
Yeah.
with
agentic,
agentic finance, with robotics.
Yeah.
Just curious what you're feeling good about.
Yeah. No, I mean, it sounds a lot, right? But like the key goal is very simple. We believe that the GDP between AI agents will be larger than human, right? So again, it's not just saying it's us, right? But like, you take a step back and ask yourself, if today the money transactions between human is X amount, AI agents' money transactions will just be larger than that in the future, right? We just don't know when. Now, we want to be the largest agentic GDP economy in the world, right? So then if you then break it down into the stuff that we do is robotics, which is physical world agent. And then you have everything that is like agents serving human, which is basically our butler. And then you have agents serving another agent, which is like the X402 agent commerce protocol layer. And then finally, you have the DeFi component, which is all kinds of investment, speculation, energy that again brings the money flow back to the agentic economy, right? But everything flows back to the single sort of North Star, which is agentic GDP. Yeah, and that's what we do. And obviously, like, there's only one goal beyond agentic GDP, which is we want to return all the value back to the virtual token holders. That's what we do. That's why we show up every day. But I'm curious, like what's your view on the market though? Like,
the market's tough right now, right? Like, I think Tyler put a tweet out the other day about like coins that he likes looking at. You guys were in there. I mean, we kind of agree on that. It's like you guys kind of covered the AI robotics. You have like Pump that looks always on like the CCM hype for DEX, like it's the biggest.
yeah,
ZEC for privacy right now, which is like cooling off a little bit right now. It was too crazy this morning, but Bitcoin's always gonna be Bitcoin. Aside from that, like I don't know, dude. Like I have to say, like I'm always the most bullish one. I'm a perma bull. I'm bullish over long term. I just midterm as well. I just really need to see this government opening, but we'll see. I think it's affecting all our coins, right? Even like when you think about it, virtuals too will be affected by that. So we just need like things to just get a little more clear in the USA.
Yeah, like near term, we're in this holding pattern, right? We're probably going to chop decline until people either want to see a breakdown, which maybe indicates a bear market, or people want to see the uptrend, which means okay, we're going to keep going. On the AI front, I think people are hungry to buy into AI.
People love AI narratives.
They don't want vaporware, and of course we had the huge blow off bubble and some tokens in Q4, Q1. I think some people may have gotten burned there, so they want to be, maybe they're a little bit more cautious this time around. But it's such a logical use case. I think people get the vision and they want to participate in the upside. Right now, there's not that many ways to express the bet, and I think clearly you all are doing a great job at pushing this forward. Yeah. So hats off to you.
That's why people got so excited with the X402, right? Like it's obviously it's not new. Like it's something that's been around for a little bit, but then as soon as like this whole thing came out and there was I think it was a ping token or something, whatever. Like there was a token that came out and then people were so eager to ape it, right? So I think like there's so much capital always ready to ape. We saw this with the Mega ETH raise as well. There's a lot of, even though there's I don't know how people make their money, but there's $300 million liquidation every day, but yet there's still a lot of money in the system. So clearly, there's still money in here. We just need some guidance. This is how I feel about it all. But
it's a healthy sign, though. It's a healthy sign that people are less degenerate, like they're more informed.
yes,
Yeah, so that's a good sign. I think it's a mature sign of the market.
yeah, I think so as well. But everything empty. Thank you for coming on today. For those of you who missed it, don't worry. We'll clip it and we'll post it and we'll share it. And thank you for making time, man. Happy Friday.
Cheers, man. Cheers, man.
Take care,
Bruce.
brother. Ciao. All right. Well, that was another great interview. We need some bulls on the show next week as well. Some other builders. I love that.
Let's just pull up the ZEC chart. Let's check back in where we're at before we close.
We went to 660 for a second. Let me refresh here.
It's a fairly big reversal. I mean, not a surprise, like we said. I think the 5-minute traders, short term, I think you're happy with the sell above a 700, certainly.
Yeah, 664 here. That was a previous high here. That wick. We dipped back down to here. We're on the way back now. I mean, this was a proper blow off top. By the way, Binance went to 2,300. The candle.
Fill the wick.
Fill the wick. So that was a proper blow off candle. Mendo never showed up. I wonder why.
He's the red candles we're seeing on the chart here.
You know, but see again. Look, Bitcoin bounced to 101. So you know what I'm saying is there's some truth to this, right? Like, you see a Bitcoin pump over the weekend. Does ZEC cool off? I'm not playing that game. I think I think your best bet, if not trading, owning both, DCAing into ZEC. I mean, Bitcoin DCAing. I mean, at this stage, 99, 100K. What? Like, you're gonna wait till time the market at 93, 94? I don't know, but Bitcoin's always a good DCA here. But I don't know.
Now we hope maybe he turned up the RTP on the YEET games that we're about to play for our lucky listeners.
Yeah, so let's give some money away. 2 winners, right? All right, Charlie, let's bring it to 1 subscriber on kick.com/Degenz live, and 1 listener. And let me put it at the same time. All right. David, congratulations. David, congrats. You win some money.
Was that our listener, or that was our listener, and then we're doing the sub next?
Let me check. How do we go about this, Charlie? Zavini's here.
Zavini, all right.
Let me see if he's a sub. Hold on. Let me see. Zavini is a sub. 1 month sub.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you, Zavini.
There you go. Zavini, congratulations. So you're going to be the first one up. All right, Charlie, let's go for another one. Zavini, congrats. Yeah, he is a sub. Perfect. Oh!
One of these days.
One of these days. What a name. One of these days,
you're going to win.
Well, the thing, one of these days has to be in here. One of these days. What's your kick? Is there a way to see their kick now? I thought they would fix that. No?
All right, the clock's ticking on one of these days.
Wait, I don't see one of these days. I don't see it.
TikTok, one of these days. He's not here. He won last week in REKT too.
Oh, kick is so one of these days is his kick name, but he's got to be listening. I don't care if he's on kick.
This is the listener giveaway.
Okay, so well, he's not here.
All right.
All right, it's not one of these days. Reroll.
Oh, there he is. He just got in.
He's
All
here.
right, yeah, don't show the wheel. We don't want to see who won. All right, he got it.
He's here. No, you're good, because people are accusing him of being a bot. So he's here. He's saying sorry.
He got in within 2 minutes. It's fine. It counts. Yeah.
It's in. He is in. All right. Well, yeah, you guys got to use the YEET platform if you want to win, y'all. And I see people complain about the $10 thing. Sometimes we do $1. Sometimes we do $10. Sometimes we do $100. Sometimes we do $1,000 in terms of volume. So we like to change it up, and we've been very open about this. Listen, you got to use the fucking platform if you want to win. I mean, this is our sponsor. You know, we got to work for it. All right, y'all. Why don't we give some money away, Mr. T? So the first one, I forgot the name.
Zanzi. I forgot the name.
Zayveni. So Zayveni, we'll take you to the lamb chop. How's that? So Zayveni.
Z name.
Zayveni. Ooh, coded.
We like Z's.
Zayveni, congratulations. So I'm actually gonna move this here and the studio back here and make it full screen. So you'll be on comments duty, Ty.
Okay.
Zayveni, what do you want us to do on the lamb chop? Where do you want to go? Of course, I'm up for it. Yeah, I see you. So Zayveni, how far do you want to go here?
Tell us mode. We could just assume easy mode.
I'm assuming easy mode, but you can also pick one if you want.
I'm not seeing comments.
Go easy one before track. Okay.
Okay, one before track. All right.
Yeah, sure. If that's what he wants. So congratulations. You already made $500 in the bank, and now let's play.
250.
Full screen, right, Tyler?
Yeah, we can see it. 250. All right.
One before the track. Let's go. Let's go. Yes.
Oh.
Oh. Boom.
All right. Oh. Okay.
We're here.
All right.
Zayveni,
all right.
The call is yours. Oh, he says I got a feeling.
Well, he said that earlier. I think his feeling is he wants to stop here. Do you want to confirm that, Zay?
Keep going.
Confirm what you want to do for us. You had a plan.
That's a good run so far.
All right.
Zayveni!
I like the decision. He had a plan. He got there. He already has one knockout.
Stick to the plan.
Like it. Yeah.
Whoa!
Zayveni!
Let's go!
Wow. The GOAT, the Z GOAT, nailed it.
What a call.
Perfect play.
Dude, so he's already up.
He had a plan. He stuck to it.
He's already up 1,050. Good call, Zayveni. Good call.
You know what? We need to have, real quick, producer Charlie, I think we got to take notes of these guys who play it perfect, and we have an all-star round.
Yeah.
Where the folks who really nail it, have a shot to come back. All right. Now at least to the tracks. All right. So now he's ready to gamble.
All right. Let's go. That was nice. Woo! Zayveni!
Knock him out.
Oh, again.
That was the spot. That was
same
the spot.
Man. Back to back.
That's a brutal spot, back to back. But hey, he's walking away with $1,100.
All right. Well, Zayveni, congratulations. Let me volume up 1 second. Congrats, Zayveni. I think you made about 1,050, right? Because $559. So you made the $1,059 today. Congrats. That was a weird spot, eh? Okay, one of these days you're here. We see you clapping for Zayveni.
All right, what do you want?
So one of these days, you know the rules. You already made $500. Congratulations. So you already have $500 no matter what. You get two $250 runs. One
easy tracks.
Wax. Let's go. Let's put the volume.
All right.
Let's go. We have some fun lads on the show today. There you go.
Wow, that was
okay.
easy. All right.
Up to you.
I always go one more. Always.
I don't know, man. These two.
One more and cash out. All right, that's my personal strategy. No. Oh no, that was so fast.
I love the chat. That was dirty, bro. All right, well, you get another shot. You can pick the difficulty as well, by the way, if you feel like going. That was funny. It wasn't funny, but it was funny.
Do it again. Easy tracks.
Do it again. Easy to the tracks. All right. That was. Well, that's too bad.
You get $500. Not a bad concept.
That's too bad. You still make $500. You still make $500. Oh, that's too bad. That's a bummer because the one over was a bummer, and he was really trying to go over. So that's not bad. Listen, you make $500. Zabe only make $1,500. So we give away $1,000. So we give away $1,500 today. With that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.